really trying to figure out where Zuckerberg's putting all his chips on the table here.
Yeah.
What's working, what's not, and what it all means for, well, all of us online.
Absolutely. It's a peek into the future of, well, pretty much everything digital.
And they are not shying away from big numbers, are they?
Not at all.
Over 3.2 billion people using a Meta app every single day.
It's incredible.
That's like what? Almost half the planet?
It's hard to even fathom, really.
Can't even picture that many people, let alone
Right.
all the server load and everything, all the cat videos. I mean,
It's an incredible logistical challenge for sure.
but what's interesting to me? Remember all that talk about young people ditching Facebook and Instagram?
Oh, yeah.
Zuckerberg doesn't seem too worried, does he?
He's not.
U.S. growth is actually really strong, especially with the 18 to 29 demographic.
Yeah, that's key.
They're seeing year-over-year growth across, pretty much everything. Facebook, Instagram.
Impressive.
Even Threads.
Which is interesting.
Speaking of Threads, man, that launch. Talk about explosive growth.
It was huge, just blew up overnight.
Almost 200 million monthly active users now. Remember all the doubters saying this was going to be another Google Plus?
Right, another flash in the pan.
Wonder what they're saying now, huh?
Yeah, I don't know if even Meta predicted this kind of growth. It'll be interesting to see if they can keep it up.
Yeah.
That's the billion-dollar question, I guess.
Yeah. That's the $3.2 billion question, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
But seriously, Meta's had successes before, but to stay on top, they're going to have to keep innovating, stay ahead of the curve.
That's always the challenge, isn't it? Especially in tech. And speaking of innovation, and the biggest innovation, the one that just seems to be everywhere you look, AI.
It really is everywhere, isn't it?
But we're not even talking about just using it anymore, are we? It's about how AI is going to completely change how we even use these platforms,
It's a total paradigm shift.
Right.
Instead of us searching for things, what if the platforms just knew what we wanted?
Whoa.
Before we even did, that's the kind of future we're talking about here.
So hold on, you're saying no more endless scrolling, no more trying to find something, it's just going to magically appear.
That's the idea. It's like having a personal assistant curating your entire online experience, based on what you like, what you need, all powered by AI.
Man, it's kind of scary though, if you think about it. What if we just forget how to even look for stuff ourselves?
It's a real possibility. I mean, it's already happening to an extent.
I guess, yeah.
Think about the stuff that pops up in your feeds. It's not just random. AI is already picking and choosing what it thinks you'll click on.
True.
But we're talking about taking that to a whole other level.
Next level AI.
Exactly.
So how does that even work?
Well, Zuckerberg talked about going beyond just basic demographics, age, location, that kind of thing.
Right.
This is about really understanding your preferences, your habits, even your mood.
So my AI is going to know what I want better than I do.
Eventually, yeah.
That's kind of wild, man.
It is, and it has huge implications for, well, pretty much everything.
Especially advertising, right?
Well, absolutely.
I mean, imagine AI that can not only target the right people, but then creates the perfect ad just for them on the fly.
It's like hyper-personalized advertising, tailored to your exact needs and wants in that moment.
Oh.
It can be incredibly effective, but it also makes you wonder about, the future of creativity in advertising.
Right.
Will we even need, human marketers anymore?
It's is my AI going to be a better marketer than a whole team of people?
It's a valid question. And that's just one example. Let's not forget about Meta AI.
Oh, right. Their AI assistant.
So, yeah, Zuckerberg's claiming it's on track to be the most used AI assistant this year.
Wow, really?
That's a bold statement. Think about it. They're going up against Siri, Alexa, Google Assistant. These are the big dogs.
That's a tough crowd.
For sure. So if Meta AI takes the lead, that's a major power shift in the tech world.
Big time.
And this isn't just about, setting alarms and making grocery lists.
No.
No. Zuckerberg's talking about AI that can help you manage your entire schedule, write poetry, compose music, you name it.
Get out, really. AI writing poetry.
That's the pitch. They're talking about integrating AI into every aspect of our lives.
Wow. So what, I'm going to have an AI writing partner now.
Potentially. And it's not even just limited to Meta. Remember AI Studio?
Oh, yeah, Vic.
It basically lets anyone build their own AIs. So imagine creators with AI versions of themselves interacting with fans 24/7.
Okay, that's kind of blowing my mind a little bit. It's like musicians with their own AI backup singers, authors with AI co-writers.
The possibilities are pretty much endless. But we have to remember all this AI magic it needs something to power it.
True, it's got to run on something. It needs a good engine, and what better engine than, you guessed it, Llama.
Llama, yeah, that was kind of a big deal when they announced that.
So we were talking about this right before we took a little break there, but this is like the brains behind all this meta AI, right?
It is, and the really interesting thing is that Zuckerberg decided to make it open source.
Open source, which, explain that to me like I'm, I don't know, 5 years old.
Okay, so basically it's like taking the recipe for, let's say, the best chocolate chip cookie in the world.
Okay, I'm following.
And instead of keeping it a secret, you just share it with everyone.
So everyone can make amazing cookies.
Exactly. Anyone can use it, tinker with it, even make their own versions of it. And it's the same with Llama. Anyone can take the code, improve it, experiment with it.
So it's like Meta saying, here, world, take this amazing AI engine and run with it. That's pretty wild if you think about it.
It is. It's a huge gamble, honestly, because they're giving up some control.
Right, because if they kept it all to themselves, they could be like, we're the only ones with the best AI. But now it's like anyone's game, right?
In a way, yeah, but the potential upside is huge, too. It's like crowdsourcing the future of AI.
So instead of just Meta's engineers working on it, you've got the whole world potentially contributing.
Exactly. And that can lead to some really rapid advancements.
But all this AI stuff, it doesn't come cheap, does it? We're talking massive computing power here.
Oh, yeah, massive. Zuckerberg said they'll need something like 10 times the computing power they used for Llama 3 just to develop Llama 4.
10 times. That's going to be like a whole city's worth of electricity or something, right?
Pretty much. It's a good thing they've got those massive server farms, but it shows you how resource-intensive AI development is.
So they're clearly all in on AI, but what does this all mean for their metaverse ambitions? Remember that whole thing?
It's funny you should mention that because it seems like AI is actually changing their approach to the metaverse.
How so?
Well, Zuckerberg now thinks AI will be market-ready before things like, holographic AR, which is pretty interesting.
So they're prioritizing the AI stuff over the whole virtual reality thing.
It seems that way. Yeah, in the short term at least.
Interesting. So what, are we all just going to be walking around with AI assistants in our ears instead of strapping on headsets?
Maybe. I mean, think about it. AI could enhance our real lives in so many ways. Like, imagine walking down the street and your AI assistant gives you restaurant recommendations based on what it knows you like.
Or translates a street sign instantly if you're traveling. That'd be pretty sweet.
Exactly. And all the technologies they're developing for AI, like natural language processing, computer vision, that stuff's all relevant to the metaverse too.
Right, because at the end of the day, it's all about creating these immersive experiences, whether it's in the real world or virtual.
Precisely. And let's not forget about the stuff they've already released, that the Ray-Ban Meta glasses, those were actually doing pretty well.
Yeah, I heard they were exceeding expectations.
They are. So maybe people are more ready for this AI-powered future than we think.
Maybe we're already living in the future, and we don't even know it.
Maybe so. But look, it's still early days. Zuckerberg's got a history of making big promises.
That's true. Not all of them pan out.
Right, so we have to wait and see how this all unfolds.
Well, I guess that's the fun part, though, right? We get to watch it all happen.
Exactly. And as with any new technology, there are going to be challenges, ethical dilemmas, things we haven't even thought of yet.
That's the thing about the future, isn't it? It's full of surprises.
Absolutely. But the important thing is that we stay informed, keep asking questions, and try to shape this future in a way that benefits everyone.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Well, there you have it, folks. It seems like Meta's betting big on AI, and the only thing we know for sure is that things are about to get very interesting.
Yeah. Very interesting indeed.